Hi Flosstube, this is Jen from Gen X Stitches. Welcome to my first Flosstube video. I decided to join YouTube and start making videos because I don't have anybody in my real life that really cross stitches. So I'm hoping to make some cross stitch friends. I started cross stitching maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago. I found myself needing a hobby to keep my hands busy. I was going to be having surgery and needed something I could do from a resting position, I guess. So that's kind of how I got into the hobby. I picked up a kit from either Michael's or Joann's, and then searched YouTube to find some tutorials and came across the wonderful Flosstube community. So today I thought I'd do a little intro and a WIP parade and share some information about myself. So a little bit about me. I live in Southeast Illinois. For anybody who's not familiar with that area of the country, I'm about 15 minutes from St. Louis, Missouri. For all the military people out there, I live really close to Scott Air Force Base. I am 52 years old, hence the name Gen X Stitches. I thought that was a fun play on Generation X. I'm very much a Gen X person. Sarcasm is my love language, I guess. I've been married for almost 25 years. We'll be celebrating our 25th anniversary in October. I have 3 kids, ages 31, 22. My 22-year-old just graduated with her bachelor's in exercise science. I'm super proud of her. And my youngest will be turning 20 later this month. I do work full-time. I manage a team in the operations division in a corporation in the financial industry, and I love my job. We also have 4 pets in the house currently. There's Greta, my 6-year-old German Shepherd. She was very much a COVID dog. She is very needy, but I love her greatly. She'll probably be making some guest appearances, I would assume. My son's cat is Stevie. She's this little black cat. She also will probably be making some appearances at some point. Then there's Nelson, my daughter's cat. He's also a black cat. And then we have Moki with us for the summer. He actually is my daughter and her fiance's cat. So he came home with my daughter from college. So that's a little bit about me. So let me go ahead and get into the WIP Parade. Actually, I think we'll start with some finishes. I'm a pretty slow stitcher, actually, but I do enjoy it a lot. Let's see if I can find my finishes real quick. Hopefully I brought them in here with me. I did. Okay. So hopefully this video isn't going to be too terrible with timing and so forth. I'm a little nervous, but we'll see if we can get through this. So this is the first finish I ever did. Sorry, nothing's ironed. But this is Crab Dance by Tiny Modernist. I love this pattern. My birth sign is Cancer, the crab, so very apropos for me. I love all things beach, so this was great. Not perfect, obviously. I'm not a perfect stitcher, but it was fun. And then my second finish was Fa La 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 from Hello from Liz Matthews in the called 4 colors. I completed this in December of 2025. I started this November 2nd, finished on December 8th, and I stitched this on 14 count Artemis from Color and Cotton. Color and Cotton is my LNS. It's about a 45-minute drive from me, I guess, but I work over in Chesterfield, so which is about maybe a 15-20 minute drive from Color and Cotton, so I do try to go after work when I can. And then my other finish, I love this. I have not yet fully finished anything. I hope to fully finish these sometime. But this is St. Patrick's Shamrock from Brooks Books. This was a free pattern. And I started this on March 3rd, 2026. I don't have noted when I finished it. This was stitched on 14 count Absinthe, also from Color and Cotton. I'm thinking about doing maybe a flat fold finish on this. So if anybody knows of a great tutorial, please comment below. I'd love to hear your suggestions because I have not ever fully finished anything. So those are the 3 finishes I have to share. And we'll move on into the WIP Parade. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of this designer for this one. I have some notes, so sorry. I'm going to keep referring back to them. I believe this is called Welcome Spring. This was a pattern from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's this cute little truck with flowers. I'm stitching this on 16 count bronze from Color and Cotton. I did change one of the colors on this. The called for was white, and it was just ghosting on this fabric too much, so I changed it to another pink. I'm freehanding stitching this, which I don't usually do, but it just seems to work out for that pattern. So let's see. This has been the one I've been working on most recently. This is, let me see, a spring sampler by the Tiny Modernist. I don't know if the clouds are showing up very well. This is pretty light. I'm stitching this on 16 count Aslan from Atomic Ranch. I am in the Atomic Ranch 2026 Fabric of the Month Club through Millennial Fabrics, and so far I'm loving this fabric. So that's that. Let me show you the front of the pattern actually. So this is what it'll look like once it's finished. I don't know if you can see the border very well. Done in white. That was definitely a labor of love. I was very excited when the border met up, as I'm sure everybody is every time they stitch a border. But I'm having a fun time with this. And I'm stitching this in all the called for DMC. Actually, let me show you the colors here. These are just some really pretty colors she has. That blue is super pretty. I love the greens and the purple. And for my floss drops, I just have a deck of playing cards that I punched holes in to create. So there's that one. That's a fun stitch. Hope to get more done on that soon. As I said, sometimes I'm really busy and don't get as much time to stitch as I would like, but we make do. This one I really want to get back to. I don't know why I stopped working on this, honestly. This is Sir Thomas by Glendon Place. I love this. Trying to avoid the glare. I saw Joy from the Carolina Stitchers stitch this, and I had to do it. It's just gorgeous. So I'm stitching this on 28 count China Pearl Joblin. And I started this on February 10th of this year. And this is the top left-hand corner. And I'm stitching this in the called for. This is the called DMC and the Rainbow Gallery threads. Hopefully the sparkle of the Rainbow Gallery is showing up on the camera. I'm not sure, but we'll see. And that was just a super fun stitch. Let me show you. My floss ring is all kind of tangled up here, but some beautiful colors. Again, I used a set of playing cards to create floss drops. So there's that one. I think I have 14 current WIPs going right now. This one is another one I love. Of course, I love all of them. Everybody loves everything they stitch, I hope. This is Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So this one I am stitching on 14 count Ada. This is Prank by Picture This Plus. And there's my progress on this one so far. I love this color. This is a great orange color. And then let me show you my project bag. This is the only non-plain project bag that I have. I want to make sure that I don't have the pattern showing before I show you. I got this bag at Color and Cotton. Let me show you the inside fabric a little bit. This is from Straight from the Heart by Sue. I believe she also has either an Instagram or an Etsy shop. But isn't that fun? That haunted house. I love this. This was a gift for my birthday, I believe, last year. I love Halloween. I'm actually surprised I don't have more Halloween patterns going right now. I also love Christmas. I'm definitely a holiday girl. Let's see. And then we have, maybe I should take these out of the plastic bags. I tend to keep the patterns in the plastic bags they come in so they don't get ruined. But here's Cherry Magpie from JetX Stitch. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I am stitching this on 14 count Ada. And that is Huntress from Picture This Plus. And this is my progress. Again, a left-hand start. That is so pretty. I love the thread she chooses. I have also bought her Blueberry J pattern and Pink Wren that came out at Nashville this year. Let me show these threads also, because these are just, look how pretty those are. Those are gorgeous colors. I'm sure everybody's seen, I know a lot of people have started this, but this is Look how fun this is. These are great colors. Definitely need to get back to this as well. Some starts I haven't made as much progress on, but we keep going. Okay, what is this one? Let me get out this pattern. This is from the Blue Flower. This is Birdie Bowl. Look at all those birds. So pretty. The Blue Flower does some great patterns. I love this. So I am definitely a paper pattern person. I make a working copy and use a highlighter or pen to mark my progress. I haven't figured out the digital with markup or whatever anybody's using. Pretty old school that way, but this is my progress. So I've gotten those 3 birds and that egg done. So much fun. I love this. I have several bird feeders at my house, and that's one of the things I really enjoy is watching the birds that come and all, seeing the different birds that we get. And I'm stitching that on the called for as well, called for DMC. So lots of pretty colors there. So there's that one. Let's see what this is. This one I still have in my hoop. This is another favorite designer of mine. I just think she does some great stuff. Sorry for any of the noise, guys. This is Autumn Drinks by Sheen and Christine. I thought that was a very fun pattern for the fall. So I am stitching this with the called for DMC, but I'm stitching this on, it's still in the hoop. I'm stitching this on 32 count Lagana from Be Stitch Me in the color Frappuccino. And I started this on March 13th of this year. So I got a little bit of a start. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Sorry for, you'll probably see a lot of hanging threads, quite honestly. But this fabric is beautiful. I'm also in this Fabric of the Month club, where every other month is a neutral and every other month is a color. I love this fabric. So there's that one. Oh, this has a very little start. I just started this maybe a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. This is another market release from this year, Spring Rain by Teresa Kogut. Trying to make sure there's not a glare. Hopefully there's not a glare. Look how handsome this bunny is. Him and his plaid pants. That is gorgeous. My daughter's fiance, Maggie, loves bunnies. So I had to get this pattern. So I'm stitching this with all the called for floss. And then I'm doing this on the called for fabric as well. This is 18 count Grandpa Sleeve by XG Design. I don't know if you can see the small stitching I have right there. Yeah. So I got the fabric from Garan Stitchery in Alabama, and let me tell you, their shipping was so fast. They were selling this. They had it 1/8 cuts for specifically for this pattern, so I couldn't resist. So hopefully this yellow shows up better once it's fully stitched. This fabric was a little more yellow than I had thought it would be, but gorgeous. And it's also stiffer than I thought this would be, this fabric. So I was a little surprised by that, but it's going well. Let me pull out the called for flosses. These were, there's a couple of DMCs. These are the overdyes, the Classic Colorworks, and the Weeks die work. So I'm slowly building up my collections in overdyes as patterns call for them. And DMC as well, also. So there's that. As you guys see, I have lots of different tastes in cross stitch. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And I have more patterns than I know what to do with, quite honestly. One day I'm going to do a pattern parade, I think, for you guys. So the next one is, let me hold it the right way. Strawberry Naps by Lindy Stitches. As I said, we have 2 black cats. So I really wanted to stitch this for my daughter. Her cat Nelson is the love of her life. So, and it's just got a little start, but look at this fabric. This fabric is wonderful. This is also from Bestitch Me. This is 32 count Lugana in the color Toe Beans. I started this on March 20th, 2026. And I did do my own conversion, actually, on this one. The called fors were Belsoise. And I wanted to do overdyes, but I didn't want to do silks. So I subbed out the Belsoise for some overdyed. So I'm using, these are the overdyed colors I'm using. I'm using Weeks Dye Works mascara. Sorry, I keep rubbing my nose. I got an itchy nose. Classic Colorworks Jolly Holly. Classic Colorworks Priscilla's Peppermint. Just the pink. And then Classic Colorworks Grasshopper. So I think that'll turn out lovely. We'll see. That's kind of the fun thing, is all the different colors and overdyes. There's some great ones out there. Oh, you might be seeing an appearance by the animals. I don't know if you heard, that was little Stevie, our other black cat. And this, I don't have a pattern to show. I printed this off, but this is 324 by Works by ABC. For each color, it's just a different little motif. And this is great. Oh, yep. I think you're going to see Stevie. Hey, Stevie. Can you get down? Oh, you're going to have a seat right on the table. You're going to make your first appearance on Flosstube, huh? I'll get her down in a second, guys. Look at this needle liner. I love this little pinup girl. I got that at Color and Cotton as well. So that's, I'll put this down for a while and then I'll pick it up and do like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of the motifs and then put it down for a while again and move her. Come on, baby. Thank you. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, yes. This is another great pattern that I need to get more progress on. Let me see if I can get the color. Oh, what did I do with the cover photo? Is it hidden? Yep. Sorry. I promise I'll get better at this. So, From Velvet to Linen by Kathy Barrick. That is just gorgeous. I saw that and I could not stop thinking about it. It was so pretty. I had to get that one. So, this was originally charted in MPI Silks by Kathy Barrick. Sorry, guys. But I decided to do a conversion by Color and Cotton. So these are the flosses that I have from them. And gorgeous. They had a conversion listed on their website. If you didn't know, they do convert. They'll do conversions upon request, but this one had already been done for a customer, and they have a bunch of conversions listed on their website. So maybe check that out if you're a Color and Cotton fan. Out of that conversion, there was one color that they no longer had that I had to find a replacement for, and they were very kind and helped me with that. I'm stitching this on 32 count Lagana from Bestitch Me in the color What the Hay. And there is my progress. So not a great start, but it's pretty. It's pretty, and I'm excited to get back to this. I know, of course it's pretty. Otherwise, I wouldn't be stitching it, huh? So let's see what this is. Oh, here comes little Stevie again. Oh, this is another blue flower pattern that I fell in love with. Stevie, ma'am, can I help you with something? I know you want to be up here by me, but now's not a great time. Okay. Pigeon and Puddle by the Blue Flower. That is so fun. I love his little rain boots. He's just staring at himself in that puddle. It's so great. So let me show you my progress. I'm stitching this on 40 count flax Newcastle linen. Cute little penguin. I don't mind her. And there's my progress so far. So we're coming along. And I am doing the Pirate Robin conversion. So all my threads are Pirate Robin for this. She has a thread pack on her Etsy store for this. But look at the colors. They're so pretty. It's so vibrant. That blue, oh my gosh, to die for. I know. My threads just get tangled up sitting in the bags, but look at that. So pretty. That's a fun one. I need to get back to that because that could probably be a finish sooner than later. And there's just a couple more that I want to show. This is also a freebie chart that I got. This is an artsy housewife called Winter Wonderland. And this is as far as I've gotten on that. So there's a snowman in there, and this top will be filled in with holly berries. I don't know what I'm stitching this on. I have to assume it's some kind of Ada that I got. It might just be Ada I got from Joann's or Hobby Lobby. So, and those are all stitched in DMC. And then the last one is also another freebie chart, so I don't have a pattern to show you. This is also by the Blue Flower. This is called Haunted Hounds. So look at that cute little dog ghost. And the pattern's like 3 different dogs dressed as ghosts. So adorable. Let me see what this is stitched on. This is also a Be Stitch Me fabric. 32 count Lagana in the color Wicked Sprout. So this is a pretty small one, so I should have a lot of fabric left over to use in another pattern. So that's great. So I don't think I mentioned before also that I'm in the Color and Cotton Soft Neutrals Fabric of the Month Club as well. So I have 3 fabric clubs I'm in. And still sometimes I can't find the right fabric for the project. Isn't that always the case? So yeah, hopefully you liked my WIP Parade. If you have any questions about me, feel free to ask. Hoping to make some great friends on here. I know for my first Flosstube, this might have been a little bumpy, but hopefully we get better as we go along. My husband knew I wanted to do this, so he did get me a tripod stand for my phone and a ring light and some mics as part of my Mother's Day gift. So I was really excited to try these out today. So hopefully I get this posted and hopefully it's not too cringe. But yeah, I don't know how often I'll be posting. I'm hoping every 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. I want to make sure I have progress to show you guys. But I do plan to do some Flosstube extras probably. Like I said, I'd love to do a a pattern parade as well. I also have a bunch of charts fully kitted and ready to go. I just haven't started them yet, so maybe we'll do a fully kitted parade as well. So let me know your plans as well. And again, I hope everybody has a great day and hope to meet a lot of great people. So thanks, everyone.